It's midwinter, the sun is rising. It's not quite 7 a.m. and I thought I'd get out this early because we've had a hard frost. So a lot of the garden is white and it seems appropriate for a midwinter garden tour. You can see from this footage, I still haven't done anything about my long bed here, the she oak bed. I haven't had a lot of time. I watched my previous video this morning and I kept talking about having some days off. I had those days off, but I got a head cold, so I wasn't able to do much at all in the garden. So that's my excuse. I've also come back from a 12-day holiday in Queensland and northern Queensland, which is tropical, and the temperatures were around 25 degrees Celsius every day. And so I've been away and haven't really had much time at all in the garden. The plants up there were very different. Lots of frangipanis and cordyline. And while I did appreciate them, I was finding myself hungry to find a nice rose or lavender. Not that we can see them here now in the middle of winter. So yeah, I like the climate where I live for all the plants we can grow here. Quite foggy this morning and lots of frost. And which is good because this bed is just still full of weeds, even worse than last video. Warts and all, this video. I've been watching some YouTube gardeners while I've been on holidays, and their gardens just look so perfect all the time to me. I console myself with the thought that I've had a lot of projects expanding my garden beds, being away. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I like to show everything so that I can see my own progress. That's why I'm taking footage of my garden. The frost is affecting the canna, but they're still there. I probably need to pull them out. And yeah, this is probably my weediest bed at the moment. So we might go out this way to see all the frost. A very white midwinter's morning. So today is the 19th of July and the sun rose this morning at 7:32 a.m. and it will set at 5:28 p.m. It got down to -1 and the maximum today will be 13. And unlike last month, I believe we've had a lot of sunny days here in central Victoria in July. So yesterday was beautiful, lots of beautiful sunshine. And my husband and I finally worked on the trench, which will house the irrigation pipe for the lawn we want to grow on these pathways. This is also an update from last video. I've mulched this bed, sheet mulched it, so it will be ready for planting. Yeah, so lots of frost everywhere, and the trench continues down. And yeah, down there will be like an oval of lawn, and I want to put something along the fence, maybe a callistemon hedge, and then under the trees just dry succulent gardens. This is supposed to be one of my meadows. Lots of wildflowers were planted, sown there, just broadcast. I'm not confident how it will look, but we'll find out with the coming of spring. I also finished this bed. Maybe I had got that done last video, but it's all mulched now. My silver birch bed, which wasn't going to be irrigated, but it will be irrigated a little bit. This will be lawn 2, and then our roundabout here where we drive, I'm going to put gravel there, and that's the other meadow. Now I must remember in here my hellebores are in flower. And there's a few of them amongst the weeds. They're a pink flower. So they were transplanted there last winter, so they didn't flower at all last year. So that will be nice when they establish a bit more as well. Just a jungle of everything in there. All our bird baths are frozen over. Sun's coming up. My hardy hibiscus, lots of hibiscus in northern Queensland, lots of pretty ones flowering in the middle of their winter. Magnolia. And I did plant a golden smoke bush here, and the rabbits chomped it right down to a tiny little stump. I've put this protection around it, and I just hope it does come back. It just thinks it's got itself a major prune. Hopefully it will come back. Beautiful sunshine coming through. The fog. Canna still upright despite frost, but looking more and more raggedy, and I need to pull them out, I think. I had some early flowering iris that have drooped thanks to frost. firewood dump there right in the driveway. Need to deal with that today too. Bulbs in various stages, some just coming up, some blooming, that's the jonquil, and some not even showing their heads yet. These daisies are flowering all winter. These black and bloom salvias are still upright, but they're getting more and more affected by the frost, so I need to cut them right down to the ground soon. The achillea is flowering in winter. While we were away, there was a lot of rain and wind, so we got some branches down everywhere. In this bed, I planted some daffodils that I bought online, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like in spring. Lots of weeds that need pulling, of course. I've also noticed a bit of rabbit damage. And we do have a rabbit-proof fence, but we often keep the gates open, so when I remember, I shut the gates, and I think that's helping to keep them out. We also have a cat and a dog who like to chase the rabbits out, but because it's so cold at night, they spend the evenings inside. So the bunnies are getting more courageous. I've done a fair bit of work in these beds since last video, and you'll notice something is missing here. That's the Banksia rose. That was a small little flower, only flowering in spring. I'm going to move it along the fence back at the front, and I'm going to put another, transplant a different rose there. This bird bath is also frozen over, same with the one down there. And the purple heart plant, surely it will die after these frosts. The miscanthus keeps turning brown. This is a Philotheca winter rouge that is flowering. And the Hardenbergia is looking even better, and it's promising a lot more flowers to come. Pomegranates continue to turn more yellow as they drop their leaves, and this echium is pushing up the buds. So I'm so excited to see it flower. At this point, I think we'll have flowers in late winter. But yeah, the Hardenbergia is really peaking now. So pretty. And the white as well. Yeah, I think it'll continue to flower all winter long. And then once it's done, I will prune it right back to retain the shape of the arch. One of my favourite YouTubers who has a similar climate to our climate in California, Robbie, I think his name is, he talks about his lemon cypress, and he put up a photo of it when he first planted it. It was about that size, maybe even a bit smaller. And then 4 years later, to the present day, it has like probably grown 5 times that height. So they're obviously fast growers. So that'll be nice to see that shoot up. I'm a bit nervous about having to move that desert hollyhock. But if I need to, I can just buy more seed and sow it again. Smoke bush holding on to some of its smoke. And here's this purple heart plant, very frost laden. This Viburnum tinus has been kind of flowering like this all winter so far, and it's got lots more flowers to come. It's got a very nice perfume. We had 2 posts here holding up the grape, and we think maybe it's not needed anymore. We're going to experiment and see. Bird bath. Ooh, okay, that's not quite solid. It was solid yesterday with yesterday's frost. And I've got some pansies and stock there in the middle. Now we'll go this way. Sweet peas here, doing okay. Lots of rogue poppies in that island garden. Ranunculus at the front. I've got tulips in here that haven't come up yet. The tulips in my pots have come up. I overwintered them, I put them in the fridge. So we'll see what the flowers look like in spring. And here's the big change. This was a big Banksia rows that I had to prune constantly and shape. So I think it's going to save me a lot of work to moving that. And it can grow as much as it likes along the fence I'm going to put it next to. I just need to keep the water up because I've transplanted roses before that have died, I think because I haven't kept the water up. This lemon is looking really good, the best it's ever looked, thanks to moving the hops, which was a thug, and replacing it with the ornamental grape. Stock loves winter. So everything's messy from the work I did yesterday, removing that Banksia rose. This will give these gardens more sunlight as well. And my tulips mixed in with pansies. These are definitely further along than last year. The camellia still flowering, still got a few more flowers. I thought it would flower for a little bit longer, but I think it will be stopping soon. This is the rose I'll be moving back where the Banksia rose was. My hand is freezing because it doesn't have a glove on it. Yeah, so this here will be garden bed, and then a square of lawn down there, and then the lawn where we've dug the trenches. So I'm looking forward to seeing that once we get it all done. So that is midwinter 2026. The dam is really full.